When you're recording audio, it's important to make sure that your microphone is as close as possible to the source of the sound, which is usually the voice. Let's have a little listen to this recording.
When making a recording, it's really important to keep the microphone close to the source of sound, which is usually the human voice.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
The microphone further away, as I've done here, the sound level is much lower.
So in this example, I've done a recording and I've basically moved the microphone away from my mouth for those quiet parts. As you can see, very obviously here, this part here, the waveform is not as thick as this, which means it's a lot quieter. It means the level is lower. Remember when we are making radio on our side, the studio, and in the editing software such as this, we call it level, and they call it volume when you're at home turning up your radio, which is really annoying because as I've mentioned in class, it says volume on that line there. This line here is shows your level, and it's obviously everything's at a constant level there, and they've called it volume. Now everything is classed at being at that level, but obviously we can see that some of the recording is louder and quieter. So one of the ways you can make something which is quieter sound louder is by raising up the level for that bit. So we could raise this bar for this bit, and we could do it. Now, if I just go back to the beginning and press play,
when making a recording,
you can
it's really
see
important to keep
that the level meter
close to the source of sound, which
is here.
Is usually the human voice.
Just going into the red at -3. But now where this is quieter, we're here, right? -21. So the level is a really good way of testing this meter. Sorry, this meter gives you your levels, so it's a really good way of saying how loud or quiet something is. Also, use your ears. Now, if I want to raise this bit, here's a number of ways of doing it. First of all, if I click on that volume line, I put a little dot, a blue dot. These are called keyframes. I'm going to put 2 there. I'm going to put 2 here. Now, I can then drag this up to the desired level. Let's take it to there, 7.8 will do. Do it on the other side. A little bit fiddly, but you know, those things. Okay, so now, if I was to play that section, play the section again,
a recording,
you can see the level is quite high.
The microphone close.
When we get to this next bit,
which is usually the human voice. If I was to move the microphone further away, as I've done here,
so now
the
level is pretty much
lower.
The same. I know I said lower in that example because I was obviously describing what the sound was like, but actually I've boosted that level. Another way of doing it, just undoing there, is actually I can take this and I can put a cut there, and I can put a cut there on either side, an edit cut. Then obviously highlight that, and in here I can put a value in here. This is the clip gain. So this is just this part of the clip. Type in 7, and as you can see, it's visually boosted the size of the waveform as well. When you move this level line, it doesn't change the size of the waveform, but when you boost it there, it's changed the size of the level. And now
move the microphone further,
you can see that the level is right up there. So there's 2 ways of boosting the level when you've got a track where some parts of the audio are louder or quieter. There's also a pretty simple way. If I just double click on this clip, take us back to this single editor bit, you can do the same here. You can highlight a bit and then just type in, say 7 there, enter, and it's boosted the clip. And it should actually, if I go back, it's boosted it automatically in this level as well. Maybe I could boost it a bit more to make it a bit louder, but it's trial and error. Use the meter at the bottom to look at how far it goes up. You don't want it distorting, don't want it buried up here in the red, but also use your ears. Your ears are a very good indication of whether something is the right level, the right volume.